Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Ribe. I am an immigration attorney with Murray Osorio. In this video, I will be explaining the new procedure on how to post an immigration bond. You used to be able to walk into a USCIS building and post the bond in person, and you can't do that anymore. You have to now post bonds via the internet electronically through something called the CE bonds. That's Cash Electronics Bond System. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how you do that. Now, keep in mind what is a bond. A bond is for people that are immigrants who are in removal proceedings. Sometimes at some point in their removal proceedings, they were apprehended by immigration and detained. And sometimes either ICE or a judge let them out of detention. And sometimes in order to be released from detention, they had the person or someone in the person's family or a friend or something like that pay a bond for them, okay? So a bond is like an amount of money that the person can pay so that they can get out of detention. And then once their removal proceedings are completed, whether they win or lose, at some point, as long as they don't abscond, then the obligor, the person that paid the bond, should be receiving that bond money back. And so if you have a loved one who is detained by immigration and they are awarded a bond, I do want to walk you through how you would go about paying that bond through the CE bonds platform. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. So here we are at the website. Okay, so you can see that you can go to cebonds.ice.gov, and that's where you can set up a profile to pay the bond. So the first thing that you will want to do is set up the profile. So here I've already set one up, which is why my email address comes up along here, because my profile's already set up. Okay, and so then and that's easy to do. You just type in an email address and a password. You create a password. And then once you do that, you go to this bond payment, okay? You do need to note that this is not your information, okay? You're adding in the information of the person who you're trying to post a bond for. So let's say their name is Charles, last name is Kim. And then their A number. This is very important because you obviously want to make sure that when you post the bond, it actually it tracks to the person who you're trying to post the bond for. So the A number is very, very important. The A number is their alien registration number. You'd be able to find that on any of their immigration documents. Let's say they're if they have a hearing notice, if they have a notice to appear, if they have an LPR card, if they have an employment authorization document, anything like that, there should be a 9-digit number that is on that document. It's A and then 9 digits. So you want to put that in here. I'm just making one up. This is obviously just made up information. And then I go to start. Okay, so now they're going to ask me to, so this is information that I just made up, okay? So I just made up this information earlier when I put in my obligor's information. So I can edit it. I'm gonna say I'm a US citizen. I just put in some social security number, a name, and then an address. And then I hit save. And then I have to upload a document. So I have to show that I'm a lawful permanent resident or that I am a US citizen. So I would need to upload a document, and then you can choose the file to upload the document in. Okay, so once that's uploaded, the next thing that's going to happen is, and I can't go through it here because I haven't uploaded a document. The next thing that's going to happen is they're going to have you sign an I-352, which is the bond contract. the bond contract is essentially something saying that you are the obligor. You're going to put in the address of where the person, the immigrant, is going to reside. Then after you do this, once it's approved, you're going to get a slip. That slip is going to have a bond number on it. Then you go to your bank. So I'm going to stop sharing. So then you go to your bank and you pay that bond, whatever it is. So if the judge set a $10,000 bond, then you would pay that $10,000 if you are the obligor and you are paying the bond up front. If you're using a bond agency, then the bond agency is most likely the obligor and they're going to do this process. If you're the obligor, then you do this process. You go to the bank with that slip. Make sure that when they issue you the receipt after you've paid, they write the bond number on the receipt. You will see the bond number on that slip. Then you come back to this website and you upload the receipt. And then once you've uploaded the receipt, within a couple of hours, the system should be notified, the internal ICE system, that the bond has been paid and your loved one should be eligible to be released from detention. If you ever move and you're the obligor, you want to make sure that you notify ICE that you've moved. You can file an I-333 with the ICE office to tell them that you moved. The reason that you want to do that is because ultimately you want your bond money back. You want that $10,000 back. And the way that you can get that back is if you keep updating your address. Once the person's immigration proceedings are finalized, within typically a couple weeks to a couple months, the obligor will get a notice from ICE, and that they can use that notice to get their bond money back. But you're only going to get that notice if you obviously keep ICE apprised of your address if you are the obligor. But that is how you pay a bond. It's through the cash electronics bond system, through CE bonds. Thank you so much for your attention and see you next time.